Now to events so many of us will never forget. I know I'll never forget it because I actually saw it with my own eyes. What became known as the miracle on the Hudson, a passenger jet making an emergency landing on the Hudson River. It's hard to believe. That was 10 years ago. Amy went back to the river with Sully.
That's right, Sully. And yeah, 10 years. Can you believe it? It's been a decade. Well, I visited the scene of the miracle with the man who made it all happen, guiding that plane down into the water and saving every single person on board. Who can forget that day?
We can't do it. We're going to be in the Hudson.
The incredible emergency landing of U.S. Airways Flight 1549 after hitting a flock of geese, paralyzing its engines.
There is an airplane down in the Hudson River right off Manhattan.
155 souls on board, all surviving, including a 9-month-old baby. Our own Robin Roberts witnessed the crash from her apartment overlooking the Hudson.
It was just an amazing landing. The fuselage never broke up or anything like that.
It became known as the Miracle on the Hudson. The miracle worker, Captain Sully Sullenberger, famously known as Sully, the hero pilot who calmly landed the plane in the middle of the river between New York City and New Jersey. This was your landing strip.
We made a runway out of a river. And by doing that, I knew that we had the best chance of saving every life, and we would avoid the possibility of a post-crash fire.
Just a few hundred feet from where the plane actually crashed, with the ferries that helped save them just behind us, Sully reflected on this 10th anniversary.
I knew immediately it was going to be a life-changing event for everyone on the airplane and their families. The first New York waterway ferry arrived 3 minutes 55 seconds after we had touched the water. And that was critical, especially on such a cold day when many people had gotten wet and hypothermia can kill in minutes.
Sully says the teamwork of passengers, crew, and all the volunteers and first responders says a lot about our world.
When we work together, when we remember our common humanity, there is little we cannot accomplish.
Now, this is very exciting. Later today, Sully is going to reunite with many of those passengers on board that plane. So tomorrow is the actual anniversary, and there will be a ceremony and a big get-together for all those passengers and crew. And I'll get to share an exclusive interview with Sully and some of those passengers tomorrow. I'm heading down to Charlotte right now. They've got the plane in the Aviation Museum there for people to witness and see the miracle itself.
I know, and the passengers have kept in touch. Oh, I thought that was your phone again. The passengers have kept in touch with him over the years, he and his wife, and they've shared with them a burst that they would not have been able to experience, and graduations and things like that.
And it gives you chills, doesn't it?
It really does. And I'll never forget being in my apartment.
You were just looking out the window?
I just happened to be looking out, and I was on the 11th floor, and why would a plane be going by? And I was a second caller to 911, and it was an emergency landing. It was not a crash landing. He used that river as his runway.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
I can't believe it's been 10 years.
I know, hard to believe.